You need
like,
a team because I literally didn't know how much I was supposed to be charging. My friend is a brand owner and she like sent me one time like a rate card of like what people have asked her for like to charge for a post. And I saw people with triple or quadruple the amount of followers asking for like a tenth of the amount that I charge for my videos. And I was like,
yeah. And then brands start to lowball everyone.
right, because they're
no
like,
one
well,
knows
this
their
creator.
price.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why we have to get on the same page.
Welcome back, my $1 billion baby. Today's episode is going to be super fun and hilarious. We're really going to dive deep into what it's like to blow up on social media. These two creators, Becca and Brett, are just in the thick of growing their social media, and we're going to dive deep into how they've done it. Well, thank you guys so much for coming over into my bed.
Thank you for having us. This is so fun. Oh, that was so cute. We said like the one thing you say when someone's like, thank you for coming. You're like, oh, thanks for having us. And we're like, oh, we're so in sync. Yeah. We hang out. Oh my God.
This is your guys' first podcast together,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
So
Probably last one because we're going to be so
okay, so I'm so happy you guys can come on. You guys are obviously exploding on social media and you guys are hilarious. So I was watching your guys' videos this morning, sending them to my friends. They're all laughing. So I think it's a great time to have you on because a lot of times I have some creators that have been in the space for so long, but like you guys are like in the thick of growing your career. So how did you get into all this?
Well, okay. Thank you. I graduated from college and I was about to start a job, like a recruiting job, a 9-to-5. And they found I had like 3,000 followers on Instagram and they found my Instagram and they were like, you have to take it down because I was posting in like bikinis and like, I don't know. It wasn't even too sexual, but like they didn't like it. So, and then they told me I had to make all my social media private and changed my name on it to Rebecca and like,
which is so insane.
It doesn't,
like,
yeah.
It's like, no, sorry, you can't. It's like, why are you looking at my social media anyway?
The salary was $40K a year, like insane. Wow. I mean, it was in Ohio, I don't know, but so then my parents were like, oh my God, just do it, whatever. Who cares about social media? And I was like, I care. I don't want to like. Work is already like work. I don't want to like take away my social media. Like
really good point. That's like
that was a good
work
clip,
is actually
honestly.
work.
Yeah, write that down.
Clip that up. That's going viral.
So then I had like I didn't take the job. I was like, I'm not doing it. So then I started bartending and I had a lot of extra time. And then I downloaded TikTok and then I just started from there. It was like 2021, 2020. Yeah.
And then how did you know like what you were going to talk about or did you just like wing it?
The first video I made was like rating my date party dates because I was in a sorority and I was like making fun of them. And then it was making fun of guys from the jump. And then the first one I posted got like views and I was like, I had 12 followers on TikTok. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to keep doing this forever then. Yeah. I just never stopped.
I love how it's just like immediate. It's like, it's like, oh yeah, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. It's like post one TikTok and it does well.
I'm not kidding. I never changed.
Like,
It's always
your
been,
bags,
I was like, bye Ohio, I'm going to LA.
Well, you know when you like first start and then you have like some that do well and some that don't and it's like a grind. Did you have to go through that stage at all?
Literally, I did the same. I've never changed. Like all I do is make fun of men, sarcastically, really.
So you really like found your niche.
Yeah, but
and like went with it and didn't switch around.
Well, I started doing like more stories. That was more like really short, like, and then this guy did this. Okay, bye. And it was like 10 seconds long. Then I started telling more stories about my life and like getting more personal with my followers. And yeah, but right now I do feel like I'm a little bit caught in a niche where I like do the same. I like sit on my floor and like put makeup on and talk about, I don't know, I want to do vlogs. I want to do like more what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a good transition for you. What about you? How did you get into it?
I just would like post like one-off videos randomly like during COVID because what else am I supposed to do? And then I would just be like one every like 3 months.
Yeah.
And it was like, what am I doing? I don't know. It just felt. And then I was just like working at a gym part-time and then still was like kind of posting. And then I got like this Snapchat TV show, which obviously fell through, but I like quit my job for it.
But you never told me this.
Yeah.
What?
And then we filmed like the pilot and everything.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, we're gonna edit all this stuff, like, and then they're like, oh, we have a pilot freeze or like editing freeze right now. So I'm like, okay, just let me know. And then I never heard back from it.
So annoying.
And so I already quit my job, and so I was like, okay, I guess I'll just like start posting more, and then.
Well, that's kind of meant to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Snapchat.
I never knew that
They got you to quit your
Yeah,
job.
Exactly. Yeah.
Go full
and then
force.
left me high and dry. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if I can get back on Snapchat after they.
Yeah.
Oh, you're mad. That's why he hates it so much.
I don't hate Snapchat.
Okay, sorry.
I also just think like the Snapchat. When I think about Snapchat, I think about like me in high school.
Me too.
Like
Yeah.
Snapchatting and be like streaks. And like
Yeah.
I hate that version of myself
Why?
because I don't know, I was 17. What was I doing?
Okay.
Up to no good. Like I
Up to
sucked.
no good.
And so I'm like getting back on Snapchat. It's like I'm reliving like and I'll be like 7 years ago today. I'm like, I do not need to see where I was like more than a year ago today. Like I don't want to see that version of myself. I'm just like going on a rant about Snapchat. Meanwhile, you see on my story later, I'm like, guys, I made a Snapchat. Like I'll be posting a ton. But yeah, that's how I got into social. But like I moved out here to act, and that's still like the main goal. But I also like it's fun to do, and I enjoy
can see
doing
that for
it.
you
So.
acting.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, so I think one of the big things I wanted to kind of chat with you about, because it sparked my interest when you guys were chatting. I think a lot of times when creators are coming out, they're trying to figure out how to grow, but I do think what helps the most is kind of laying in a niche. But then some people don't want to be pigeonholed in a niche.
Right.
And then that's hard because they're like, well, do I really want to be this forever? And then but if you like really like lock in and, you know, put yourself in that niche, it's easier to grow, but then it's also hard to transition, right?
Yeah.
Are you guys seeing that at all?
Yeah, it's hard for me. Just like it's hard for me to like let go of the same, because I know it works it literally works every single time doing a story time while sitting on the floor. I don't know. I could sit anywhere, but
It doesn't really matter where I'm sitting. As long as I'm on a floor, it's gonna do well. It's gonna do numbers. So.
But yeah, I mean, like, I think when you have like in the beginning, I was literally in character the entire time, being like, men shouldn't have water, like running water. Men shouldn't have anything. You know what I mean? But then I kind of took the character away sometimes, and I saw it still working. So I think when you're in a niche, you can like slowly kind of like transition, but it takes like a while. You can't just like jump.
Yeah.
You have to like get your followers ready, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know.
I used to do like list videos where I would just like, which was just me being so mean for no reason. I'm like not judgmental at all, really, but I would literally just like roast any type of person, and like they did really well. And then any single time I'd like do a different style of video, I would be like, okay, 2 more lists. And I'm like literally just spent like 3 hours like editing this video. It does so horribly. But then again, I think you just have to like continue to like reintroduce this new thing to your audience, which is so weird. You have to like test it out, and then they have to just get used to it. But I feel like with Instagram, like I started showing like my personality, like actual personality more.
Yeah.
But I feel like on TikTok, it still feels very like a character.
A free thing. Also, TikTok I can be like weirder on than Instagram.
I know.
I used to think.
Yeah.
But
I feel like TikTok's more freeing.
Yeah, because I'm like people from high school
It's like
see my
younger
like
kids.
or follow me on Instagram.
But I gave up on. I like
Yes.
let go. Like, why do I care about the frat guys in Ohio?
Exactly.
That held me back for so long. Like caring about like guys that I've dated or I don't know, seeing my content. But that is like that will hold you back forever.
100%. That's a huge one. That happened with my sister too. She like does dating videos for guys, and she was only posting them on TikTok. And I'm like, why are you're only ever gonna just keep posting them on TikTok? She's like, yeah, I don't want to do it on my Instagram. I'm like, no one's gonna come follow your Instagram. When they come over to your Instagram, you're 100% different on Instagram.
That's what I was for years. I just started like 6 months ago being like, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah, you have to just not give a shit.
And it's so crazy how quickly you can grow by just like literally reposting the video you already made.
Video.
Exactly. And then now you have a platform there, you have a platform here, and that's like the smartest thing to do, especially if TikTok
might go away.
Truly, yeah.
What are we gonna do? I literally don't even know.
Snapchat. I love Snapchat. I always love Snapchat. I've always been,
follow us on Snapchat.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so how much each do you post on social media? Like how many times a week?
I try to do 5 videos a week, but that's like a
And
goal.
you post 5 videos a week?
I try when I'm like really working.
What's the minimum you do?
On accident, sometimes I like accidentally only post like 2.
That's still a lot.
You can do. No one's like mad at you.
I know.
You're like,
I'd be like, those are
No,
HR.
it's good to know.
also, we can like look at your social media and see you posted like 2 last week.
I was like, should I lie and say 3?
review.
I don't know.
You're like,
What about you?
I post so sporadically, which I'm glad that like I honestly should probably be more like you, where I'm like, oh, I'm going to
Regimented.
film, but I'll be like, I'll just think of a video and then film it like immediately.
No, I wish I could be like him.
I can tell you're like that.
Yeah,
when
he'll
I watch
be
your
like
videos.
out and he'll think of a video and he'll do it. And I wish I could be more like that.
It's because you're also a dude. Like,
yeah.
For girls, you have to like kind of get ready. You're like, I look like shit. It's not going to do good right now.
I know.
If I just wing it out.
Yeah, that's also something that I sometimes will like get a good take of a video where I just like butt ass ugly. And I'm like, all right, we're posting it. It's like,
still post it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which that's the thing. Obviously, I'm not like, glammed up majority of the time. But like, I'll see a video and I'll be like, that is not my best. I don't really need everyone to be seeing me like this. But then I'll still post it because I'm like, I'm not going to redo that. Like,
it's too good.
I don't really care. Yeah.
I think it's going to be interesting for a lot of people to really understand that when you have 500,000 to 1 million followers, are you able to support yourself in LA and live out here off social media?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Right?
Yeah.
If you do it right, if you use your followers right, yeah, for sure.
That's the thing. I feel like there's some people who I know who have like so many followers, but they're not really doing anything.
So what did you guys do differently to get yourself to be able to monetize?
A good like team, like a good like person behind you, like a good manager.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I couldn't do it. It's really brand deals is most of it.
Yeah.
To be honest. So having someone that like really is focused on you, like a good agency, that's the biggest. That's the only, I make money from, I make a little bit from TikTok from like the creator beta program, but it's definitely mostly brand deals. So as long as you don't even have to have 500 to 1 million.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, that was my next question. How many followers did you guys have when you started to be like, okay, I can quit my job and like do this full time?
I think I had 600,000 on TikTok when I was like, okay, I'm going to do this.
I'm like, have less than that currently. I'm like,
no, it's different.
I feel like also, I do think it is like different now because I think a lot of it's based on engagement, which is good for my ass because I only have like 500. Okay, well, I have
many
significantly less than like a lot of my other friends who do social media. But I feel like it's again like engagement and like also like listening to your audience. Again, that's such like an annoying thing to say, but like I feel like I know what they want from me. Mm-hmm. And luckily I like the content that they want from me right now, which again, like when I would do the list videos, I'm like, I feel so like mean making all these videos. Obviously, I could still do it. Like I'm like, not like, but yeah, I feel like just like making content that will do well.
Yeah, which is hard for people to understand, but it's good that you guys kind of like figured it out. How did you guys go about like finding the right team and looking for that? Did you guys have to go through shit at first to figure it out?
Yes. I've signed with like an agency that was like not working at all. Like it was just like a big agency, didn't pay attention to me. But now I'm with like a boutique Canadian, I don't know if they're boutique anymore. I think they're doing pretty well, but it's a Canadian. I interviewed a bunch and mine is just like all women.
Oh, that's great.
Run. So that's what the ones I trusted because I'm a girl's girl, you know what I mean? But you have to go with your gut.
How did you figure out that someone wasn't doing good?
Because I was making so I signed with them in the beginning in like 2021, the Canadian agency actually. And then I got reached out to by a bunch, but like the Canadian agency was making me so much money. And I was like, okay, I'm going to stay with them forever. And they're like my friends. And then I got reached out to by a big agency. I like decided, I was like, if I'm doing so well with a boutique agent, I can do like crazy things with like this big agency. And I was making like a third of what I was making with the Canadian one. So I was like, okay, then I went back to
cool.
with them again. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, sometimes it's about like, do the people there actually like, obviously everyone's going to seem like they care about you when you go to a meeting, but like, are they actually like going to invest into you and take the time to like meet with you every week and like plan what you're doing in your career? And like, there's a lot of people that will just like sign you and shelf you. And I see that a lot in the industry because I'm friends with so much talent too. So I always like hear their problems.
It is so crazy though because like everything, especially in LA, just in general in this industry, it's like everyone's gonna promise you everything, and so it's so hard to be like, I can't tell if you're like just saying things to say things or if like you actually mean it. And I've like been super lucky because someone reached out to me and like a couple of years ago, and she was like so great. She's like still like one of my best friends because of this, and we're so close still. And then my new manager like happened to be great too. So I really haven't like gone through like bad managers, but it's like everyone, I've like had calls and everyone's like said all these things. Like, we're going to get you on this show. Like we have this connection and all this stuff. And it's like, I think this is what the bigger agency said to you. And it's like, okay, like I guess we just have to like
and
try.
It never happened.
Like,
it was like 6 months of nothing, literally nothing.
Wow.
Yeah, it was scary.
But then you don't know, like going in, people can just say things.
I know.
That's the thing that I've been like in like
People
relationships, like any
things.
situation, like people can just say stuff and you just like have to like believe them, and then and then they can lie.
Definitely clip that, by the way.
Exactly. We got 2 viral clips. The one earlier where you're like, work is work.
Work is work.
Work is work. And then also,
relationships
people
can
just say people can just say shit. And you have
I
to
never
believe
thought
them.
of that before.
Just think about that. Then we just take like 5 minutes of silence so we all just like think about that.
I think we should.
People can just say shit. People talk the talk. So.
Wild times.
Yeah.
No, I think it's pretty crazy because this like industry, the entertainment industry, people don't realize, but like everyone is moving differently. Like every manager, every talent agent, like every TV and film now is like getting disruptive, and it's like moving into streaming. So like there's just the traditional ways of Hollywood are just so different today, and then digital is still new, so there's no like industry standard yet for like how do you represent digital creators. Like if you really think about it, like CAA and UTA and these places, their digital team is only like 30 employees.
But 30 employees, but they have everyone. That's insane.
They have about like 30-ish. Maybe some of them have a little more, but they're pretty small comparatively to the rest of their company. So it's wild. Like people are still not knowing what to fully do with digital creators, and you would think they would because our whole system is off digital. But
I know
it's still
everything
so like
is digital now.
People
are so behind. It is the Wild West still.
So like it's interesting because a lot of
I gotta get one.
It really is the Wild West.
But I even see influencers that have like 10 million followers that still don't have a good team.
No, I know.
I see it all the time. So I think it's really cool that you guys have figured it out even now. Like, okay, I now kind of am figuring out what I need in a team.
You need a team because I literally didn't know how much I was supposed to be charging. Like I had no idea. And then sometimes I still, like my friend is a brand owner and she like sent me one time like a rate card of like what people have asked her for like to charge for a post. And I've saw people with like a triple or quadruple the amount of followers asking for like a tenth of the amount that I charge for my videos. And I was like, I think that they're just doing it themselves. They don't know how much they're worth, you know?
Yeah, and then brands start to lowball everyone.
Right, because they're
no
like,
one knows their
creator.
price.
I know. That's why we have to get on the same page. Influencers has band together. Yeah, know your worth.
It's so true. Influencers, and that's something that's interesting, I think, for people to hear, is everyone's making up their own prices.
I know. Like, we need like a calculator that will tell.
Even like when I see my manager like send an email, I'm like, where do you get these? Not like I'm
I'm like,
typing. He's like, I guess I'll do that one. I'm like, sure, yeah.
Okay, that's what we're going with.
Exactly.
It's good that you guys have each other though, because you guys probably feel a lot of the same ways in times.
Yeah, for sure. Like definitely, yeah.
A lot of our friends, I feel like, are the same way because like I feel like neither of us were like, I want to do social media necessarily.
No, this is random. I didn't even mean to.
And a lot of our friends like do social media, but it doesn't feel like a huge part of their identity. But then it's also like all of our jobs.
Yeah.
And so I love that like we all like have this shared understanding of what it's like, and we can like complain about things that like in theory sound so annoying to complain about, but we all understand it. But then also like,
but we're so lucky though because our friends are so like level-headed. They're not like some people when you meet them, like some influencers are like they're gone, like they are, especially the ones that got like quote unquote famous at a young age, like and they're like in LA like running around. They're like terrible people.
No, exactly.
I know. Have you met some influencers that you see them online and then they're like so different in person?
Yes, obviously.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They like act so sweet online and then you're like, you're such an asshole.
No, literally. Yes. Or even just people who like have huge personalities online, which again, like I get it's way easier to be like super outgoing, like in the comfort of your own home in front of a camera. Yeah. But like night and day where it's like they can't even like speak a word.
Yeah, that is the most interesting.
And I'm like, wow, I would not have seen. I mean, you know, I get anxiety, I get social anxiety, but I'm like, this is like a completely different person. It's crazy.
I've seen that one a lot, by the way.
Yeah.
I've seen that with some like actors on like Netflix and stuff too that are like, they're so entertaining, like such big personalities, and in person they can't really hold a sentence. I'm like, it's so interesting.
Yeah. I know, it is crazy.
But also the people that are like evil online, like the ones that like, you know, those like guy, like I don't know, like the and like all of that, like, that vibe of like person, they are terrible in real life too.
Yeah.
Like it's not just like them like clickbaiting, like they're bad people, like for sure.
And they're also like miserable.
Yes.
Which that's another crazy thing. It's like you will see these people who like you've idolized their lives for like I mean, I feel like
as a teenager, in high school, I was like, oh my God, I wish I could be like that. Will never be me because I wasn't born to be famous like that. But like, it's crazy because anyway.
But like, it's like you see, like I like watched videos of YouTubers and I'm like, oh my God, like you're having so much fun. And then you see the same people who like you idolize like 5 years before. I'm like, you are the saddest person at this party.
It's so
and
sad.
it like breaks my heart. But then I'm also like, I don't even, like I'm terrified of you, but I don't know. It's like, it's so crazy that like people who, which that's also messed up too. I feel like when people, I don't love it when people are like, oh, this is the life I have. Like, look how great. And then they're so miserable in real life. Cause I'm like, I wanted your life and like hated my life because I wanted yours so bad. But like, you're also miserable, which I get so like putting on a front, but I'm like, you're like confusing people.
Yeah. And it's so cool when you meet someone that's the same as they are on their content. Yeah. You're like, oh, that's so dope. You're literally the same.
I know, those are refreshing. Yeah. But I'm scared. I'm scared that we're not going to be happy in 5 years.
What?
I don't know. You just scared me.
No, but we're happy. But I feel like the way we're happy. Becca, no, we're happy. You're fine. You're fine.
We're happy
right now.
You
know that thing where it's like, babe, what's going on with the economy? And it's like, it's okay, kitten.
Don't worry about it.
Or don't worry, kitten or darling. And it's like, okay, with the heart. That's how I feel. I'm like, no, you're okay. You're like,
you're good. Okay, thank you.
The craziest thing you just made me think of this randomly. I like went down a spiral on Amanda Bynes last night.
Oh no,
it's
we lost
so
a good
sad.
one.
Yeah, that's devastating.
It breaks my heart. She was like iconic.
I know.
It actually is good for the talent that actually had a childhood and then started their career, because like sometimes, and I was talking to a friend of mine the other night too, they're like, imagine if you were Justin Bieber, like you're famous since then, like no one ever humbled you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you never got pushed off your ego. Like imagine all the times you've been humbled in your life.
Exactly.
Because you're not famous
every day,
right? Like if you're like famous all the time and everyone's like yes man to you, like that's kind of like, how would you ever
I know. Yeah, I also would just be like,
normal.
No, really, I would expect a lot more from people. Like I feel like I don't expect anything from anyone because it's like I wasn't given like royalty treatment for pretty much my entire life, and still even to the day I'm like a very normal person. But I'm like, if I was given like royalty treatment from like the age of like 12, I would be a brat.
No, I would be evil.
I would be a monster.
I know. Like, we also grew up in Ohio. I mean, in Iowa.
Like, I was like, oh, where did I? But yeah, I feel like, wait, where are you from?
Here.
Okay.
I grew up in the Valley.
Okay.
Got it.
I feel like you don't. I feel like people who grow up in LA usually are like not the greatest. So I like did not get that energy from you.
No, I wouldn't.
Well,
like I feel like you can just like, you feel very warm and welcoming. And I feel like a lot of times people from LA are like, oh, you're not from here.
You hear that? Because I always feel like, I don't know, what I've seen is the people that really are from here are usually the ones that are super down to earth, and then usually the people that aren't from here that are trying to be cool.
I kind of
are trying to act like
fair.
they think that people... They're trying to act like what they think other people want them to be cool, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like some people that aren't from here, they're like trying to be cool, so they act a certain way, but it's like the people that are, I mean, I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of my like close friends are from here and they're so chill.
Yeah.
They're just like, I've been around this my whole life. I don't really care that much. They're like pretty chill about it.
Yeah.
But there are some, I'm not going to say everyone's great in LA, but I do think like everyone comes out here thinking everyone's kind of assholes, and then everyone becomes assholes.
Right.
And
like,
now everyone just sucks.
I do think like for the most part, people are so much nicer than people make it sound. Even like
they are.
People in New York are so much more like, I feel like just like rude. Like I feel like if people in LA are kind of just like, oh, do your own thing, you know, which I actually love. I feel like in the Midwest, everyone wants to be like in your business, or like they're always just like, even like when you're grocery shopping, like I'm like, I don't need to talk to anyone really. Like I'm like here to grocery shop, but in like the Midwest, everyone's like, hi, and I'm like,
I love that though. Sometimes when I leave LA and I'm like, people are like talking to me in public, I'm like, that's so refreshing.
No.
Like in LA, like you're really in a bubble by yourself.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad.
But I also do kind of like love the like headphones in a grocery store, you know. Like, what do you think? Are you, because like obviously you are from the Midwest as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, I even drive to like a faraway Target to feel like I'm back in the Midwest, honestly. I will say.
Yeah, sometimes like
because
the North Hollywood Target. Have you been to that one? That one's like,
really, the North Hollywood one?
Yeah, it's stunning. You just
I just miss parking lots.
You're You're gonna like have a treat with that.
Okay, I'm going
that's
to
that. Yeah, that's an activity.
I hate driving here, I will say. Like,
Yeah.
I hate the...
Becca like has a car. You would not think this girl has a car. She Ubers everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like,
because
she,
I don't like parking.
We'll say like you would assume she doesn't have a car by the way that she like talks and acts. Like I forget that she owns like a
the
vehicle.
way I talk makes you feel like you don't
She
think I have
definitely doesn't drive.
You're like, that girl does not.
No,
drive.
but I feel like it's like never an option for you to like drive someplace. You're like, okay, yeah, I guess I'll just like Uber there.
Uber.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Just drive. You're fine.
I don't know. I don't like it.
Do you feel like creators need to move to LA to expand their career in digital?
Case by case. If you're doing
Yeah.
like fitness content, like content that you don't really need to collab with anyone on, then you don't really like. A lot of my friends live in Florida and they do content. But like it was helpful for me. I mean, to like meet other. I don't know. It's case by case, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I also think I just like love LA and this like lifestyle, but it's not necessarily like I don't have to be here, and it would be like way more financially responsible if I wasn't here.
Right.
Yeah.
But I do really love LA, and so it's like worth it to, pay that extra
Money.
K a month to like live here versus like live someplace else.
Yeah, for sure.
But I do think like with like events and everything, I feel like none of those like really like
Matter that.
yeah, like I think that I thought like when I would start going to events, it would like really progress my career. But it's just like, oh, it's just like this like random tequila company that wants me to like post on my story.
Right.
And I thought that like that would like help me so much more. And I'm like,
But
no,
it's
that's
really
more just
them
like
using you.
yeah,
Honestly,
exactly.
honestly.
Yeah.
But I kind of like it sometimes. I just like it here right now. I'm having fun right now. I don't know if I'll live here
Yeah.
forever. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like what's good about it is like the culture and the energy out here. Like everyone is like trying to be something, and
Yeah.
like they're all thinking bigger. And so like when you're around that and you're like out, like you have more people in
Exactly.
That can help
common.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
people
do
do
help.
interest in common, and like when you say you're in social media, they're like cool. Whereas if you go somewhere else, they're
Exactly.
like that's
But in
crazy.
Ohio, if someone told me that they were doing like social media or if they were becoming an actor or doing improv, I would be like, okay, weirdo. Even though I'm from
Yeah.
there, but like here, it's
Yeah.
like everyone has someone that can help you or like they have an idea for you or they're like, you should do that. And I'm
Yeah.
like, it's like such a good culture for
yeah.
that.
Is the life of being a content creator what you thought it would be?
I feel like way more, I guess no, because in a good way though, because I still feel like myself. Like I always thought if I was ever, I don't know what I thought. I thought like, oh, I'll be done when I can like work full time. But now I'm like working social media full time, and I'm like, okay, wait, there's other things I want to do though. It's not just like making a TikTok for whatever. But I do think that wherever you go, oh, what's a good quote? Wherever you go, there you are.
What's a good quote?
Give me
Just
that
like hit me
quote.
with any quote. Wherever you go, that's where you are. What is that
Isn't
from?
that a thing? There you'll be.
That sounds like it'd be on something
Yep.
like a back of like a Jeep. Like
Okay.
a big Jeep Cherokee or something. I don't know. Like on that little
Wherever you
tire.
go, there
There
you
you
go.
Not all who wander are lost.
Clip that. everyone. Not all I wander. Are lost.
Get
But
that
yeah.
tattooed on my back.
Yeah.
Where you go, there I'll be.
I have tons of those if you need.
And what did you mean by that? Like, what
don't
was
know.
you just wanted to say that?
I just wanted
Like,
to
it has
say
no
it.
like correlation.
I wanted to
to
have
it.
one like you. Like
Yeah,
you had a good one.
But you said the Wild West one, but now you're up like 2-1. If
I have a lot. There's more where that came from.
exactly.
If you need
Becca's
any
gonna have her
advice.
own podcast and be a
No.
lot more good quotes
This
like
is a
that.
preview. If you ever want any
You're
more
gonna clip
Jeep
this
quotes,
up for like the like release like your trailer of the
wherever you go,
podcast.
there you are.
You,
Wild
like
Wild
wink
West.
at the like camera. It's like a fan
They
edit.
understand. They know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what
Sorry,
I
I
was
like completely just interrupted.
That was it.
So I had to like make fun of you.
You thought I had more to that? That was it.
All right, I'll
Mic
go
drop.
then. I'll talk. Bro.
Go. Yeah, go.
I think it's such a weird thing because I feel like I also hate saying like fame because it's like I don't consider myself like famous.
I don't think any,
But,
by the
like-
way, I don't think any influencer I talk to, even some that have like 20 million followers, feel famous. That's
Yeah.
what's a crazy thing. I
That's
think
what-
it's
Yeah.
like, what is it? Imposter
Imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't think you ever feel like, oh, okay, I'm famous. I feel like it
No.
feels weird to feel that for people.
Yeah, I also think just
And
like
you might be a narcissist if you do.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like I'm really fucking famous.
It's hard.
Yeah, being a celebrity is that's like when people be like, "Oh my god, like you're my favorite celebrity." I'm like, "I'm not. Like, don't give me that title. I don't
What is it
deserve
like
it."
for me being a celebrity? How is it
exactly.
going?
My life as a but I think that is like a weird thing because it's like again, I don't feel famous. I feel like I live such a normal life, but then it's like then I like getting recognized
Yeah.
is weird, and then like sometimes like this should sound like I'm flexing now, but like I went to like the Billboard Music Awards. Should not have been invited. I don't know how the hell I got
yes, you should
invited to that. But it was like then like doing the red carpet, like people like, which they're saying my name because they showed them my name before. Like this is what his name is. So when he's walking, say Brett, and I'm like, they all know me. Just kidding. But like just like being on like a red carpet and having that experience, but then also like working, just like posting a TikTok in the comfort of my own home. Like it's just like a weird. I feel like I am so normal and I feel like I live such a normal life, but then it is weird like going out in public and like having a net again, I'm not like super, but just like people have seen my stuff and like some people like it, which is great, and like interacting with people who like it is like weird because it's like doesn't feel like people see my stuff.
Yeah, even
and then I'm like,
the
oh wait,
music just doesn't feel real until like you see someone in person that's like, I know you,
real.
and then it's
yeah,
like, oh,
and then I'm like, oh shit, yeah, like.
Yeah.
But that has been like weird, and like sometimes I just get super anxious like when I'm in public, which I love like meeting people who love my stuff because it's such a like it's so flattering. But then I'm also like sometimes like, oh, I'm out with my friends, and
yeah, it's
you know,
weird when
it's like
people
weird to like navigate
watching.
that.
Yeah,
because you can't make you have to be like cool the entire time. We can't like be like, I don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you're not in the mood.
Exactly. Yeah. And again, like I have such like a small amount of like fame. I can't even imagine like what like Sean meant, like how he like goes out in public, which I've seen him a lot. Like that man is still going out.
He is
and living
out
like
and
a
about.
normal life. Wait, we saw him at
the farmer's market.
Farmer's market.
Sounds like we're making that up, but we
like,
really did.
Yes, we
Farmer's
said
market.
that. We saw him. Sean Mendes, Becca. We saw him.
Okay. Sorry. We gotta get our
I
stories
swear to
straight.
God, we like where's market last Saturday. Okay.
I know. I remember. He texted me before to tell me to bring that
It's
up.
like let's lie and say we met Sean Mendes for no reason.
We didn't meet
Oh, yeah,
him,
we
but we
also
like
did
followed
meet
him
him.
around.
We're just so chill. We didn't ask to take any
Sean.
photos.
Trust me, we
hang
were
out.
like, we
Sweet.
see him all the
SM.
time. Yeah, Sean.
That's what we call
Shawnee.
him.
He's always like begging us to go to the farmer's market.
Yeah.
We're like, we're busy.
But it was so crazy. Like I feel like he's someone who like the way he was just like presenting himself is just like
Yeah.
he was a normal person.
Yeah, I've seen him a lot too. I've seen him at my gym. And
What gym
he
do you
goes
go
to
to?
Equinox.
Okay.
And
We're
then
going.
he also, I've seen him at this rooftop lounge called Petite in West Hollywood.
Obviously, we're going there
Yeah, it's like
tonight.
we'll go there after.
And I literally, me and my sister were like, that looks like Shawn Mendes. So then we sat down and I'm like, that really fucking looks like Shawn Mendes. And we're like ordering food. I'm like, damn, it really
That's
is.
like
looks
really
like him.
yeah.
He's like his twin. I wonder
Yeah.
if anyone tells him that. And then I looked him up to just remember, like refresh my memory
you're
of
like,
what
oh,
he looks
yeah,
like.
that is
And then I
Shawn.
realized he has the butterfly tattoo. And the guy does. And he has this like light bulb. And I'm like, oh, that is him. Like they have the exact same tattoos, but he's just chilling there alone, like reading a book. I'm like,
I know. And I think that is like
Kinda
how you have
cool.
to do it because I feel like he continues to live such a normal life that I'm like, oh, I feel bad. Like he's just like living his life. I don't want to like
bother him.
Yeah.
I like that too. Because
I feel
like,
like-
yeah, if you're like super, you can't be like Justin Bieber just like by yourself.
Yeah.
Like one time when I saw Justin Bieber at this restaurant and he was with Haley, they like walked in and they had like 4 bodyguards following them in black. Like,
Yeah.
and then they like stood in different parts of the restaurant while they like sat down and tried to like eat their dinner, but like they're like making sure no one walks up to them. But I'm like, that's kind of
They can't
sad.
walk
Yeah.
You can't like go to dinner normal.
One
Yeah.
time I went on.
God.
I know, where am I going with this?
Yeah, I was like,
One time.
hey, do you want to like, I'm just like whisper in my
Yeah,
ear first, just
run
like
it by
double
you
check.
first.
Yeah.
There was like this old like Viner. He was like a big Viner in the day, and then we were in Miami, and he asked me to go out with him. And he was like, before we go out, I have to get security. I'm so sorry. He gets security. The security guard follows us around all night. No one
That's so
came up to this
embarrassing. Oh my
Viner.
God.
Someone, like a random girl, was like, "Becca, are you the girl from TikTok?" And I was like, "Oh my!" I felt so bad for this guy. Like he wasted thousands
No,
of
that's
dollars.
so embarrassing. I don't feel bad.
He
That's
didn't know who I was
embarrassing.
either. He to him, I was just a random girl. But like anyway,
Oh my God, that's
my God.
so funny.
I know I
and
need to
so
tell that
cringe.
story. Yeah.
That's
I
so
wish I could tell you who
insane.
it is too. It's so fun.
How did you guys meet?
I saw TikTok. It was
Yeah.
through TikTok. It was like 2 years
really?
ago. Yeah, and then I came out to LA for the first because I was living in Nashville, and I came out to LA and we went out together, and then ever since then, and then when we became friends, I scrolled back through his videos and I had commented on one of his videos from like a year before.
behavior.
I know. I was like,
Yeah,
such
she's
a
been like a
fan.
fan for a
Always.
while, but
Yeah, he's
Excited
giving
to
me
learn.
like the VIP experience of like friendship or
Yeah.
whatever. Awesome.
We were talking about it. Have you guys not ever made a video together?
We have actually, but we did like when we first met.
yeah.
We should.
And then
I
I
wanna-
think
I want to make
you,
videos together.
yeah.
You guys should.
I want to go to a psychic.
You guys are both really funny, but like I feel like your guys' fan base will complement each other.
Well, I only do videos again on my floor, but I want to stop doing.
You can do his makeup.
I could do your makeup.
I'll let you do that.
Would you really?
Yeah.
Wait, we've never talked about this before.
That would go viral.
Yeah.
You should come over and I'll do it while I tell a story while I'm doing his makeup for some reason.
That would go viral just because people would be like, "What the fuck is going on?
Why is she doing a random person's makeup?"
I'm like not going anywhere. I never wear makeup. But I'm like, get ready with me too.
Okay, we're doing that.
Okay, great.
We also want to go to we went to a cheap psychic. And
oh my God.
We went to a $20 psychic and got the worst readings of our life.
Yeah, that was.
Wait, what were they?
It was.
There was a guy hitting on Brett the entire time. The psychic was just hitting on him.
It was so funny because it was like a $10 psychic deal, and they're like $10 for 5 minutes, and I was like, okay, I'll do that. And they're like, or you could do like $50 for like 20 minutes. And Becca's like, I'll do that.
Mine was 3 minutes long. He did not talk to me at all. He was like, "Oh, you're gonna be fine. You're a fun girl."
He was like,
And then for Brett, who paid a fourth of the price, he was like, I think you're gonna end up with a guy whose name starts with D." And then Brett was like, "Oh, I know this guy that starts with a D." And the psychic was like,
talking
"No,
to someone
it's
who's
not."
like, well, he said the initials DR, and the person I was talking to whose last name, but like he goes by like this, was like DR, and I was like, oh wait, it could be this person. And he was like, not that.
And then we looked on the sign, his name was
like
DR.
Donnie.
Oh my! And then he was like,
anyways, like you guys can like Zell me, so my name is Donnie Rodriguez or something. I was like, okay.
So it's you.
And then he like really
asked him on a date. He literally asked him on a date.
I'm like, this is like breaking so many rules.
This is hilarious.
Because he was like,
I want to go. So we want to go back.
Yeah, of course, we want to like see him again.
Obviously.
But yeah, at the end of the day, he's like, you're gonna be fine. Like, you're a very handsome guy. Like, I would love to take you on a date. I was like,
you're like, okay. Where is this going?
Yeah, I was like, I'm here too, by the way. I was literally just standing
being in the room with us too. And so we both heard each other's. So that was, and then we just like
worth
left.
The price. Yeah, definitely worth
What's
it.
really crazy is my mom always tells me she went to an energy reader when she was like 16, and her friend really wanted to go, and they saw this lady in the newspaper. But I feel like back then times were different.
Yeah.
And like everyone wanted to go to this lady, so her and her friend went, and she was like, my mom was all nervous. And she told my mom, she's like, and my mom's from England. So she's like, you're going to live somewhere where it's sunny with palm trees. I can see the guy you marry. He's like tan. You're going to have 2 daughters. She's like, I see them now. And everything she said came true.
That's crazy.
Isn't that creepy? And my mom's always like, yeah, it's really weird.
I mean, maybe you and Donnie end up together.
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
We don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know.
That's not.
Could still happen.
Exactly. Match made in heaven. Come on.
He was awesome.
How has dating in LA been for both of you?
Oh, horrible.
Terrible. Well, not anymore. I'm seeing.
You're seeing someone. How exciting!
Yeah, can't tell you the details.
Are they on the internet or no?
Yeah. So, but in general, dating before that, I was going on the worst dates of my entire life. This one guy I went on a date with brought another girl on the date. Like there was it was 2 on 1.
It seems pretty
2
normal.
on 1. It's like, which one do I want?
It's like the
I don't want to waste any
Bachelor.
time.
Literally, like I didn't understand why she was there. I don't know. That was terrible. And then there's just so many terrible guys here, honestly.
Yeah.
But
how long have you been talking to this person?
3 months now.
Oh, that's kind of long.
Yeah.
I saw you and the person like interacting last night. I was like, okay, yeah, you're actually like in love, and it's like kind of fucked up. Like I was like happy for you, of course, but I was like, okay, we get it. Aw, really
They're
happy.
the best. Like seriously, the best. It's awesome. So yeah.
Oh, it's cute. So it's been horrible, but it's been good.
And Brett's like,
Oh yeah, mine's been all horrible. But also I like put myself in the worst situations. So yeah. I just like got out of this like 6-month-long like toxic situationship to like flip my like life upside down.
Oh god.
and ours too as friends.
Because like I also went through it as well.
it was terrible.
All his followers went through it also.
Yeah, no, literally.
they did.
And like I did really well on social media the last couple months.
Obviously.
Just kidding. But yeah, it's been like horrible. It's so crazy because it's like the people that you want to like date and are interested in like have no desire of like being in a relationship.
Yeah.
And then it'll be like the sweetest person that you want nothing to do with and like wants to like get married. I'm like, what the
I know, that's the worst part.
It was so funny. One of my friends came and visited, and he's like my best friend from college. And so I was like filling him in on like my dating life and like all my friends because we were about to get dinner with all my friends. And he's like, wait, do you want to get married? And I was like, yeah, of course. He's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. And then I was telling him about my friends like luck with relationships. Like, did they want to get married? Like, we all want to like be in happy, healthy relationships. It just has not panned out that way at all, and it's not our fault at all. It's just like
he said, "Do you want to get married?" Like,
it was like a shock.
Like, whoa, you
to
guys
him, and it was like,
married?
wait, yeah, we're
Good
like
luck.
actively trying. Like, we're just getting the worst people possible.
It's interesting because there's like some talent that's like, I would never date someone in the industry ever, and then there's some that are like, anytime I don't date someone in the industry, they don't like understand my life or my career.
It has to be a media.
Yeah.
It really does. Like, they have to be vetted before. Like, if it's not going to be someone that is online, but then it's like, if they are online, it's like, really? Like,
Yeah, I don't think I want to date someone who's online, but like also
that's
like.
what I said, and then I don't know.
And then here you are.
I have to tell you. Okay, I'll tell you the details after. But
Well, also, what's interesting about dating someone online too is like, not all the time does two people that are comfortable being like the extroverted one or like being the center of attention.
Yeah.
Not all the time do two people like that do well together.
I know, because it's like a little bit competitive.
Yeah, it's like that's the only thing. But it's like, if you guys can like, if I feel like the guy needs to be more humbled. I feel like it's weird when a guy's like too into themselves.
That's why I'm like, a guy should not be on social media.
No, that's literally what I as a man on social media, I'm like, why are men posting?
They
on
shouldn't
social
be doing
media?
that. Oh wait, you're literally
No,
right.
I know, but that's how I think too. I was thought this the other day. I'm like, obviously I am the exception, but like,
Obviously.
why are like men updating us on their
No,
lives?
like, we don't need to know.
Dude, just
be quiet.
Just go to your job.
You're so much hotter when you're quiet, you know? Like, anyway.
Yeah, it's just interesting. I feel like I can't date a guy that's like super taking selfies. Like,
Oh my God, I used to like date like Bachelor guys a lot. First, I had like a phase where I was only dating guys that had been on The Bachelor. That was the worst time of my entire life. Worst time of my entire life.
And they're all like so much worse than you could ever imagine.
No, you would never
too.
even, you can't even believe. It's insane. But yeah, they're, especially like the people that get famous from like a show.
Yeah.
That is like the most like unhealthy, I think, relationship with social media that I've
like
seen.
a reality show.
A reality show.
Yeah, because they are like famous overnight
For, like,
and
a
then
second.
They didn't have to work really hard.
Yeah, and they weren't like working for it, and they all of a sudden got followers, and then they're like, I need to keep it, and then it's like almost like a pro athlete. Like, they peak for a second, and then obviously it's not, they're gonna lose their 15 minutes of fame. Like, an athlete can't be an athlete forever. You know? So their mindset is like, I need it, and like, it's just so, they're terrible.
Where are you heading, and then where are you heading that you have planned?
I want to write books. I want
that.
I want to be a writer, and I think I want to like start a company.
Love it.
Probably. I don't know what it's gonna be called.
I'm trying to get more into acting. I like right when I moved up to LA, I was doing more acting and modeling.
Love that.
Now I really don't do any of that. So trying to get back into it. I'm also like writing a script, which I did just lose about like majority of it due to this like app or like platform or whatever, just like kind of crashed. And so that was really sweet, opening up my laptop and seeing about 4 scenes when I had written like half of the movie. But yeah, I would love to like write something and act in it.
Yeah.
And so.
And you will, for sure.
Yes, I can see that. Amazing.
100%.
But
oh, you guys are awesome. You guys are hilarious. Thank you for coming on.
Oh my gosh,
thank you for having us on. This is like hanging out.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
I'm like,
so at the end of the episodes, I always like to ask a few questions. So number 1, what's your favorite social media platform?
1, 2, 3.
Instagram.
Snapchat.
Wait, are you saying that as a bit, or are you like actually that like brainwashed?
I like it. I'm brainwashed. I made $4 and now I'm like obsessed.
Yeah, it's like addicted. Cannot stop posting.
I think I like Instagram for sure.
Yeah, I like
I can
Instagram.
be hot and like fun. I don't know. It's like
You
fun.
cannot do
I
that
thought
on
for sure
TikTok.
you guys
Don't
were
even
gonna
think
say
about
Doing
TikTok.
that on TikTok.
I love Instagram stories. Like if I could just do that full time, I would be the happiest man on
If I could do
earth.
Insta
Like,
stories full time, and I just like post like
my
a random-
LinkedIn. It's like full time Instagram story. Like that's literally a dream of mine. But I feel like stakes are okay. Well, I feel like stakes are. Instagram just sees like stories feel like such like a safe place. Instagram Reels, you know, a little bit more dangerous. Obviously. TikTok, like I don't really care. I'll post like. I was gonna say butt ass naked. I won't do that. I'm just talking out of my ass now. But like I feel like exactly.
More freeing.
Like if I have to post a brand deal on TikTok, I don't care. But if I have to post it on Instagram, I'm like, oh,
I know, because it's like everyone you know is on your Instagram.
Yeah, exactly.
And you want to be like hot on Insta, okay, or not?
Exactly.
Yes,
exactly. That's what I'm always saying.
I know.
Okay, and what do you feel like is your $1 billion quality that got you to where you are today?
My ADHD for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I have like any thought I have like 100 after that. So I'm like on camera, it's like funny to watch for the viewers. I'm suffering in real life because I am
It's
unmedicated.
like a mental illness that we're dealing with, but it's like, yeah. No, I honestly like have to like agree with same thing. Yeah. Like I'm like,
I'm not
also
kidding.
just like not really caring that much anymore.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good one.
Is
kind
like
of like embracing the like whatever, like I don't know.
being weird and being
a
cool
character.
with it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Because I think that's literally like, I know some people who, well, it's always funny when people are just like, I think I'm going to do what you do. And I'm like, what do you mean by that?
Technically they could.
Yeah. And I'm like, but I think a lot of people don't post on social media like just because they're like scared.
Right.
But like you just have to like get past that period where it's like, oh, I don't really care what people think of me anymore. So I think, but then people will be so funny. Like, how do you not care about what people think about you on social media? I'm like, okay.
That's backhanded.
Yeah, I'm like you just like will post
But
anything.
true.
You don't really care. I'm like, all right, yes, thank you. Yeah, I got it. Still care a little.
Still a little.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell everyone where they can find you on social media.
TikTok. Okay, I'm at Becca Moore on TikTok. Becca
With
Moore.
3 C's and 3
3
O's.
C's and 3 O's. Write that down. And then
okay.
Instagram, same thing. Snapchat, Becca Moore 143.
Woo!
Woo!
Also, I need you guys to know the 143 is like
I
because I'm
love
like
you.
I love you, which
middle
is the
school.
worst thing that's ever. I like. Anyways.
Okay. I didn't know you were so offended about my Snapchat username.
I'm Brett_Neusty on TikTok and then Brett Neustrom on Instagram.
Love it.
Nothing on Snapchat yet. But watch
Yeah,
out.
look out.
Coming
Watch out.
soon. Yeah.
Oh, thank you guys so much for coming on. That was
Thank
so
you
fun.
so much for
Thank you for
having
having us.
us.
This is so fun.
A little
It was
play date.
cute.
This is a play date.
As always, thank you, my $1 billion baby, for listening to today's episode. As you know, I have new ones coming out every week on Tuesdays, so I'll see you then.